Video 2. Why is it important for teachers to manage stress? 1. The impact of stress on the educational process. When emotions rise high in the classroom, the consequences can be disastrous. If the teacher lacks the skills and resources to effectively control their emotions, it may harm both their own and their students' well-being. The better teachers manage their emotions, the more they can be conscious of their students and efficiently manage their classrooms. Emotions affect all areas of learning, including attention and memory, and can influence learning pace. Joy and curiosity stimulate engagement and capture the student's attention, whereas worry and fear interrupt concentration and problem solving. Teachers who do not understand how to effectively handle stress limit their ability to educate their students. Emotions are equally crucial in decision making. Overwhelm, fear, and frustration can all impair our capacity to make sound decisions. As teachers, this can impede students' learning development and possibly create a hazardous classroom environment. Teachers must be able to regulate their emotions in the classroom because they can have an impact on relationships, health, and well-being, and performance. Teachers with the correct tools can be prepared and learn how to address and regulate their emotions safely while having a healthy relationship with their pupils. Number 2. What are the triggers for negative emotions in teachers? All-day teaching is about managing relationships in a high-stressed public setting. Some feelings will be overwhelming and difficult to control. They will be ineffective for teaching and learning. What were the causes of the feelings that hampered teaching and learning? Some of the most common internal reasons are: we strive towards perfection. Teachers tell their kids that mistakes are beneficial because they help us learn. Nonetheless, I encounter many instructors who strive for perfection in their work and in their personal lives. They become frustrated when a lesson plan does not go as planned or when students do not grasp enough. High standards are desirable, but we must remember that the quest of perfection is harmful. It does not reflect what we know about learning, which is that learning occurs when we make mistakes. We are continually striving to do better. Teachers are frequently dedicated workers who are constantly striving to improve. If our students do not grasp, we have to design our lessons more carefully. And if we are unable to complete our to-do list, we stay up later to complete it. We can waste a lot of effort pushing ourselves in the wrong direction. We discover things that clearly do not work, such as staying up late at night planning a lesson, that we are then too fatigued to teach adequately. And we then do more of what does not work. We are continually striving to be strong. Teachers despise disappointing their students, so we often come in sick. We don't confess we're suffering in class and push our personal and family difficulties to the back of our minds. Again, this might be beneficial, but we must be dependable. When we focus on always being strong, We ignore our needs and internal tensions build up. This is why so many teachers become ill during the holidays. We must know when to stop. So, how about this? Instead of aiming for perfection, we recognize that mistakes can be beneficial. Rather of trying harder, we try something new. Rather of trying to be strong, we choose to be human. Focusing on the external triggers, tiny or large events in the classroom and in the teacher's room, might cause a maelstrom of negative feelings. These triggers include students who are disengaged and uninterested, discipline and conflict issues, relationship issues with parents, inadequate instructional support, poor educational preparation in training, managing challenging school administrators, feeling insecure in the school setting, long working hours, poor pay, a shortage of resources, class size, student to teacher ratio. Number 3, developing our strategies to manage stress. When we are worried and exhausted, we cannot think or teach effectively. We require practical methods for recognizing and controlling our own well-being. Some practical strategies. Focus on what you can control. We want to have control over our days, so we spend a lot of time planning to make sure our lessons run properly. We cannot, however, regulate everything because schools are full of people and unforeseen situations. We frequently become anxious about matters over which we have little control. Take a few moments to write a list of the things that are causing you stress. Now, separate these items into 2 lists. Those that are now under your control and those that are not. Decide to focus on the things you can control and take action on them. Put the others aside. We tend to obsess about those things which are outside our control. Make yourself your best friend. Positive self-talk is essential. What would you say to a friend who was having a horrible day? Would you tell them they were a useless, out-of-date instructor who couldn't handle the situation? Most likely not. And yet, we frequently tell ourselves these things. Decide to address yourself like you would a best friend. Make a list of 6 highlights from the day. Our minds tend to focus on the unpleasant aspects of the day, the lessons we struggled with, the colleagues who disagree with us. Decide to train yourself to see the bright side of things. Write down 6 highlights of the day at the end of each day. A highlight might be a minor detail, but make a habit of observing what works and doing more of it. Offload safely. It is critical to have supportive friends and colleagues. Sometimes all we need is to chat to someone. Choose someone who is an excellent listener and make it clear that you require this from the individual. It can be counterproductive if we just want to rant and someone tries to give us advice. We are now even more stressed. Take note of energizers and drainers. We've all met people who sap our energy. We feel worse after spending time with them. We also know individuals who energize and encourage us. We have activities that energize us and actions that deplete us. We need to spend more time with people and projects that energize us and less time with people and tasks that deplete our vitality. Learn to say no. Teachers are notorious for being terrible at saying no to jobs and tasks. Of course, it is critical to be cooperative and helpful, but if you are always overburdened, consider how this contributes to your stress. If you're taking on too much, learn to say no respectfully. We all remember an inspiring, optimistic teacher. And we all remember teachers who were anxious and unhappy in the classroom. Keep yourself motivated if you want your students to be motivated.